Today we're going to be talking about 10 reasons why you need Yves Saint Laurent La Nuit de l'homme in your collection. So you guys really like when I do these types of videos. I've done this video on F Black pour homme and also Dolce & Gabbana the One, and I figured it would be fitting to do this video on La Nuit de l'homme because this one has been out for a while. It came out in 2009, but it still gets talked about a lot. A lot of people still wear it. A lot of people still ask questions about it in the comments and talk about it. And there are some people who say that this one really isn't worth buying anymore. People say that it's been reformulated to the point where it's not worth it, or people say that everyone wears it and it's too popular and it's not worth purchasing. But I disagree with that. So today I'm going to give you 10 reasons why I think everyone should own this fragrance in their collection, if you have a fragrance collection, that is, and you are serious into collecting. Because chances are, if you have a fragrance collection or you're somewhat serious into collecting fragrances, you own a bottle of this. So I really want to go over some reasons why I think you should. A couple quick things before we jump into the video. First, let me know down in the comments what you think about La Nuit de l'homme. Give me some reasons as to why you think people should own it. And just kind of tell me your full thoughts on it. Do you think it's still worth owning? Do you think it's still worth purchasing and wearing? Second thing is, if you're new here to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Also, turn on post notifications and give this video a like. And yeah, man, let's go and jump right into the video. Starting off with the first reason, and that one is this is a seductive fragrance. It's really, really hard, in my personal opinion, to find a scent out there that smells seductive and just like this fragrance. It's so powdery, it's so warm, it's so sweet, it's so alluring. And sure, there are other fragrances out there that are like that, but I really don't think many of them do it as well as this fragrance. There really is something about it that just takes it to the next level, and that's not something that you find all that often. So if you're after a nice, seductive, alluring, sexy fragrance, something that you can wear on a date, and you just want something like that, this fragrance is going to be perfect for you. And you don't have to do a whole lot of searching to find that. It's all right here in this scent. Which brings me to the second point on this list, and that one is this is a great date fragrance. It really, really is. I've talked about this before in multiple videos, but I really don't think that there are too many better date fragrances than La Nuit de l'homme. Even now, today, 10 years later, I still think this is one of the best. And this is coming from someone who has tried a lot of different fragrances, who's owned a lot of different fragrances. I still think this is one of the best date fragrances that you can buy. And a lot of people may disagree with me, and that's fine. It's just kind of a personal preference thing. And again, I've tried a lot of different things. Nothing really comes as close to this one in terms of its sex appeal and like the seductive, alluring vibe that this one has, which makes it a great, great date fragrance. So if you're looking for a nice date fragrance to have in your collection and you want to keep a relatively small fragrance collection, I would definitely go for this one. This is the only one you're going to need for dates and for evening situations like that. You don't have to look anywhere else. You don't have to pick up anything else. Just go with this one, and trust me, it's going to work really, really well for you. The third reason why everyone needs this fragrance in their collection is it's perfect for the cooler weather. So we are in the fall. It's pretty chilly here, and this type of weather is wonderful for this fragrance. This, again, is a nice, sweet, seductive, warm scent, and fragrances like that typically work best in the cooler weather. So it works great in this time of the year, great for fall, great for winter. It's just one of those scents that just works really well when the air is a little bit chilly. It kind of tames out the somewhat harsh nature that this scent has. It is warm and seductive, but it also has just a little bit of like a sharpness from the lavender and the cardamom. The cardamom is like a spicy oriental note, and the lavender does come across a little bit sharp at some times, but the cooler weather kind of helps to round that out, smooth it out a little bit, and it just makes it smell much better. Works perfect for this time of the year. It's another reason why you should have this one in your collection. Fourth reason why everyone needs La Nuit de l'homme in their collection is it's a mass appealing scent. And that is an important factor for a lot of people out there. Typically, one of the first questions they'll ask when it comes to picking up a fragrance is, hey, is it going to be a compliment getter? Is it going to be mass appealing? Is it going to be something that gets me positive attention? And that is 100% the case with this scent. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about people not liking it, people thinking that smells weird or anything like that, because that's not going to happen with the scent. So that's really, really good news. And that's really good news. You don't have to worry about it. You can just grab this one, you can spray it on, and pretty much be sure that everyone is going to appreciate and like the scent on you. Because there are a lot of fragrances out there, both niche and even a lot of designer fragrances that really aren't that mass pleasing, that aren't going to be great compliment getters, that are going to put some people off. But this fragrance isn't going to do that for the most part. A lot of people, and basically mostly everyone, is going to like the scent. Of course, there are going to be exceptions, like with any fragrance. You know, you can't say that for sure. Some people may not like it, but for the most part, a lot of people will. So this one's mass pleasing, and that's going to be a big important factor for a lot of you if you want to purchase a scent, but this one does check that box. The fifth reason why everyone needs this fragrance in their collection is it's a nice, warm, soft scent. So this is something that I feel is very important, and it's important to have this type of scent in your collection, because here's the thing. Typically when you think of a cologne for a man, you think of something that's sharp, strong, masculine. If we're talking about winter fragrances, it's going to be something with leather and, you know, whiskey and some other strong, like woody notes, just something that smells very masculine. Or when it comes to like a summer fragrance, you're thinking of something that is citrusy, a little bit aromatic with the lavender, some kind of classic fragrances out there, kind of like Eau Sauvage by Dior. I'm not talking about Sauvage, although Sauvage is a masculine scent, but I'm talking about like the classics, like Eau Sauvage and other citrus aromatic fragrances like that. That's typically kind of what you would think of as a cologne for a man. And it is important to own those types of scents. You do want to smell masculine. You want to wear stuff that is masculine. But at the same time, I do think it is important to have something that is a little bit more sweet, a little bit more powdery, just for those types of situations where you may want that. Because here's the thing. If you're going kind of on maybe a date or in a situation where you're going to be closer to your wife, your girlfriend, the girl you're dating or whatever, you don't want to be wearing something that's super, super strong and super sharp that's just going to be piercing their nose the whole time and, you know, kind of putting them off. Situations like that is where you want something that's a little bit more soft, a little bit more sweet, a little bit easier on the nose. You don't want to wear something that's super leathery and oud and whiskey and in their face, or something that's super, super sharp and citrusy, and you know, you don't really want that. So in situations like that, you want something softer and sweeter, and this fragrance fits the bill perfectly. That's another reason why I think everyone should have this scent. Sixth reason why I think everyone should own this is it comes in at an affordable price. So at the time of this video, this comes in at around $60 to $70, which some of you may think, oh, that's not that affordable, that's kind of expensive, but really when you kind of look at the grand scheme of things, there are a lot of fragrances out there that are more expensive with this one. There are also a lot of fragrances that are not as expensive, but you just kind of have to look at it on average. You know, typically mid-range designer price, you're going to be paying about $50, $55 at discounted prices. This one's going to be maybe 10 more than that, so it's not all that expensive, and maybe some out of some people's price range, and that's fine. You have to do what you have to do. You have to make this budget and make these decisions for yourself. But for most of you out there, this is going to be one that is pretty obtainable. It's not going to be some multiple $100 niche fragrance or anything like that. This one comes in at a pretty obtainable price. And I also want to mention that prices fluctuate, and I try to ballpark these the best that I can. Every time I mention prices, people always come at me in the comments saying that they can't find something for the price I mentioned it at. You just have to do some work for yourself, do some research. Again, prices aren't always going to be good. You're going to have to go out there, look on Facebook groups. You're going to look on the discounters. You're going to have to shop around, wait for the prices to go down. You just kind of had to put in some work, some effort. And again, I'm going to do my best to ballpark these prices. If I'm off by like $10 or so, don't get mad at me and don't kill me in the comments. It's not a big deal. Seventh reason why everyone needs this fragrance in their collection is it could be a great signature scent. This could be one of those fragrances that you pick up and you wear for everything. It could work for that if you wanted to. If you really love this scent, if you love how it smells, you love the type of attention it gets you, and you want to wear this every day for any situation, go for it, man. Like seriously, you can do that, and this scent works for that. It could do it. So that could be a reason why you should have this in your collection. Maybe you do have a collection of fragrances, and maybe you aren't going to wear this every day as your signature scent, but you will have the option to. You'll have the option to maybe wear this for like a week in a row if you want to, or you know, you have the option to kind of fall back on this if you are feeling kind of uninspired. You have other fragrances, but none of them really are shouting out at you. And you just want to pick this one up kind of as a dumb reach fragrance. You can do that with the scent, and I think that's very important. You know, if you own a lot of fragrances that are kind of situation specific, sometimes it can be hard to, you know, want to wear those or to be able to pull those off. So having something like this that you can kind of fall back on and just wear whenever is really nice. The 8th reason why everyone needs this fragrance in their collection is it's blind buy safe. So I really do think that this one is one that you can take a shot at in the dark. It's one of those situations where it's just such a nice, pleasant, soft fragrance that's going to work. Now bear in mind, if you are someone who only loves fresh fragrances, you only love citrus fragrances or really, really masculine fragrances, you may not like this fragrance. Even if you try it first, you may not like it. So then it wouldn't be a good blind buy. You have to kind of approach this from a logical standpoint here. If you're into powdery and like soft fragrances like this, chances are it's going to be a safe blind buy for you. But if you're not into fragrances like this, you're into really strong masculine scents or really, you know, citrus-based aromatic type of fragrances, this wouldn't be a blind buy safe fragrance for you, and that's just kind of, you know, logic. That's how a normal person thinks. So don't, if you blind buy this coming from, you know, a completely different genre of scent and you don't like this type of scent, don't get mad that you don't like it on a blind buy, because it wouldn't make sense for you to really like it. The 9th reason why everyone should have this fragrance in their collection is it's unique. And again, you know, this one has been around. A lot of people do wear it, but that doesn't mean that it's not unique. This scent hasn't really changed just because a lot of people wear it. It is still a creative scent. It is still something that made waves in the fragrance community and that, you know, people have cloned and people have gotten close to it, and it still is one that people do wear. So just because a lot of people may wear it or talk about it doesn't mean that it's not unique anymore. I don't really think that is true. I don't subscribe to that idea of thought. It doesn't change how the scent smells and how it was composed and who composed it just because a lot of people wear it. All of that is a result because the fragrance is unique. So it's kind of funny how that works. But I do think this is unique even now today, 10 years later, in 2019. Unique scent, and it's one that's worth having around in your collection just because of that. It's something that's a little bit different. If you feel like wearing something a little bit different one day instead of, you know, a blue fragrance or something like that, you could go with this one. And finally, the 10th reason why everyone should own this fragrance in their collection, and probably one of my favorite reasons, is this one is a confidence booster. And this is something that, you know, may apply to you and may not, depending on how much you actually like the scent. But for me personally, when I spray this one on, I just feel better. You know, I just feel great knowing that I smell really, really good. And, you know, that happens with a lot of fragrances out there. A lot of fragrances I really like. When I spray them on, I'm feeling good about myself. But especially with this one, really a nice compliment booster for me, or confidence booster for me, not a compliment booster, although it is too, but confidence booster. It really helps your self-esteem out, really kind of gives you that push where if you're kind of, you know, you wake up in the morning, you don't want to go to work, you don't want to get your day started, this is one of those fragrances for me that if I spray this one on, I'm going to feel good. I'm going to feel ready to go and to tackle the day. So guys, that was it for me. That were 10 reasons why you need Yves Saint Laurent La Nuit de l'Homme in your collection. Again, let me know down in the comments 10 reasons why you think people should own this fragrance, or just kind of tell me what you think about this one, if you like it, if you don't, if you still think it's worth picking up, all that good stuff. And also, don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications, and do all of that stuff. So again, thank you so much for watching, bro. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.